In Surah Al-Kahf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about Dhul Qarnain. And 999 out of 1,000 scholars want to know who is Dhul Qarnain. Was he so and so or so and so or so and so? And they cannot understand. Why is it that Imran Hosein has no interest in the subject? They can't understand. Because when I look at the term Dhul Qarnain, I understand it as an event which impacts on two ages. One in the past, and a second one which is to come in Akhir Zaman because of Gog and Magog. At this time, I'm the only person in the world of Islam giving this analysis. When that second event is to come, Qarnain means two Qarn. One Qarn that was in the past and one Qarn which is to come. So when the second is to come, the second event, watch the Black Sea. Crimea is in the Black Sea. If I am correct. And we are now living through the Qarnain, the second Qarn. Then what happened in Crimea was not by chance. And Russia was able to take Crimea with beauty and with speed that dazzled them. The Russians are then going to intervene and give a demonstration of military force and power in which they will punish. فَأَمَّا مَنْ ظَلَمَ فَسَوْفَ نُعَذِّبُهُ ثُمَّ يُرَدُّ إِلَى رَبِّهِ فَيُعَذِّبُهُ عَذَابًا نُكْرًا. Zulqarnain says, I'll punish those who commit acts of oppression. And when they return to you, you will punish them as well. And so the world is about to witness. إِمَّا أَن تُعَذِّبَ وَإِمَّا أَن تَتَّخِذَ فِيهِمْ حُسْنًا. Zulqarnain has power. But his power rests on the foundations of faith in Allah. And notice that Russia is returning to faith, returning to Christianity. Russia told them, get lost. Dhul Qarnain. Dhul Qarnain could mean the one who impacts on two ages. Two ages, one in the past and the other one because of Gog and Magog in Akhir Zaman. Who is Dhul Qarnain? He's someone who possesses power. Power. Dhul Qarnain has faith in Allah. And Dhul Qarnain has power. When power rests on the foundations of faith, which is now coming to pass in Russia, which is now coming to pass in Russia. When power is founded on the foundation of faith, how is power used? He said, those who are wicked, who oppress, I will punish them. And when they go to you, you will punish them. And I am saying to you, that is what Russia is going to do. Because this is the second age. Qarnain, two ages. And this is Akhir Zaman. And that is Gog and Magog. وَأَمَّا مَنْ ظَلَمَ فَسَوْفَ نُعَذِّبُهُ ثُمَّ يُرَدُّ إِلَى رَبِّهِ فَيُعَذِّبُهُ عَذَابًا نُكْرًا. When I am finished with you, you'll go to the Lord and He will punish you as well. Russia is today returning to Rome, returning to Orthodox Christian faith. That's what Russia is returning to. وَأَمَّا مَنْ آمَنَ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا فَلَهُ جَزَاءُ الْحُسْنَى وَسَنَقُولُ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِنَا يُسْرًا. And those who have faith and are righteous in conduct, we will treat them nicely, we will reward them. So if the Crimean Tatar Muslims now behave themselves and do not allow the Zionists of Washington to take them for a ride, Russia will treat you nicely. Russia will allow you to recover the properties that you had before you were expelled from Crimea about 70, 80 years ago. And then he traveled in the third direction to the pass between the mountains. And there he built the barrier. And Gog and Magog were contained. And that's what Russia is going to do with you tomorrow. That is what Russia is going to do with you tomorrow. If I am correct, this is the first time that this passage of the Quran is being applied in this way. First time. But the Quran speaks about two ages, two events, not one. Qarnain means two. So the Quran is saying that there will be a repeat of this event in history. And of course it will have to be at that time when Gog and Magog have been released, and most likely when they've almost completed their mission. Which is where we are now. That in the region of the Black Sea, the world will witness power emerging. But that power will rest on foundations of faith. And that power will fulfill a script which was written in another world. And so Kerry is right when he says of the Russian leadership that they are in a parallel universe. In fact, Kerry is correct without perhaps knowing that he is correct and why he is correct when he speaks about Putin being in a parallel universe. The Russian leadership is today fulfilling a script which was written out thousands of years ago and which was recorded and explained in the Quran 1400 years ago, that in the region of the Black Sea an event is going to be repeated. It will occur and then it will recur. What is that event? In the Quran there is Zulqarnain. Qarnain means two ages. A first age before Gog and Magog was released, and a second age afterwards. And in Surah Al-Kahf of the Quran, power in that region of the world in which the Black Sea is located, power rested on the foundations of faith, and power was used to punish the oppressor. The Quran is telling us that in time to come, in that same region of the Black Sea, and Daniel, you know that Crimea is in the Black Sea, don't forget that. Crimea is in the Black Sea. In that region of the world, destiny is that power will once more rest on the foundations of faith. Power is there in Russia, and they have to respect it. That power is now resting on the foundations of faith. If you don't know it, I'm telling you that. And now the world will see what is there in the Quran. That power is going to be used to punish the oppressor. So where should you be in this coming confrontation? You should be on the side of Russia. So I am sending a message to the Muslim world. Don't expect the American Republic of Pakistan to join with Russia, or the American Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to join with Russia. No. It is you, the people. You have to join, particularly if you are in the Russian Federation. Join the Russian Armed Forces. And if you are a young man in Saudi Arabia, come and join the armed forces of Russia.